Drink.
I forgot I actually talked during streams. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. Hey, Cryptic, thanks for the lurk. Enjoy your day. That sounds like a lot of fun. Hello, Charles. And yes, I do mean to have the tattoo thing on still. Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. Good morning, Beyonce. Good morning, Moon. Aw, thank you. Moon says it's good to hear your voice. And yes, thank you for the shouty for Moon, our very good friend. Moon's partner has also started to stream. If you guys don't already follow a True Commander, I don't think he's going to be in stream. I think he's working this morning. But I'll see if I can get a link to him. The last time I tried to do a shout out when he wasn't in chat, it didn't work out so good. Actually, Toot, if you wouldn't mind doing exactly what you just did, thank you so much. All right, and I've hydrated as per. All right, just checking. Okay. I think I've done all of my things. $7 and another giant Mothman. I can't afford this many giant Mothmans if that's the going rate, but I guess needs must. Hi everyone. Hello. I got a new keyboard yesterday. It's much smaller. My other one is like a gaming keyboard. This is like a little like wireless yeah, just like a wireless notebook keyboard. Early is so confused. My baby. Thank you for appreciating Early. Trying to see if she'll talk to you. Okay, she just loved on the mic, so. Good morning, Mike. Welcome in. Honestly, Cheryl, I set it up about like 10 minutes ago, so I don't think the other cats have realized what it is. Early kind of like crouched here and just like hovered with her chin at the level where it would normally be on the other keyboard for like a good 5 minutes before like slowly lowering her chin onto this keyboard. So I think she'll figure it out. But one of the reasons that I wanted to get this keyboard instead of the other one, because the other one is much larger and corded, is when I'm streaming, I can just like easily move it to the side. It's not a big thing like the other one is. So that gives me more working space, which is currently taken up by early. It did come, and also it's super cute. Like, it's NB colors. I love this. It did come with a mouse. This mouse is will not be used. I use an ergonomic mouse, which you guys have probably seen. It's one of these weird guys for my wrist, and I can't use a normal. I can't use a normal mouse anymore. There he is. Welcome in, Commander. Welcome in. Thank you. Yes, I love my mouse mat. I've been considering getting a slightly less busy one because of for stream, but I don't know. And we have another shout out for Commander. So yeah, he's done 2 streams so far. Definitely check him out. Very cozy vibes. Great stitching. Actually, terrible stitching background because I was so involved in chat that I got like no stitching done. It was a really fun chatty stream. I'm still appreciating the coworker. Olga says, will your keyboard cover work well with this keyboard? I have not checked. Let's find out together. It probably will because this is so tiny. Also, I could just like shove this in the drawer. Yeah, more or less. But also, I can just like, so my computer tower is right here, you can kind of see. Just like set it on top of the tower, like that. It's just a lot more flexible for my setup. So what are we doing today? I had every intention of being all set up and ready to go for the start of stream. That did not happen. That did not happen. Oh, thank you, Toot. Toot doing a better job of promoting myself than I am. The Misfit Forest Fall Sal is open for signups. It is the newest Cozy DH Sal. I'm very excited about it. It's a bit of a departure in terms of style for me. I love it. I love this design. I'm so excited for you guys to see it. It is live now on Ko-fi and Etsy, and if you are a paid member of the Patreon, you do have a very special exclusive coupon code. So go check that out. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I hope other people are as well, because it's cool. I did a lot of work on it. Charles says, I never remember to charge wireless things, but if it works for you, then great. It takes batteries. It takes do I have a link for Babs and the 3D printed stuff? I should probably set up a command for that. Let me grab the link for you. Gothy Bio Venom, welcome in. Good morning, good morning. Thank you, Toot. There's the link right there. 3D Stitchables. Do it with the shush. Babs is working on getting the 3D Stitchables to be available more widely, like as in LNSs and things like that, so you don't have to order them online. Which is very cool. Very, very cool. But I don't know how long that's going to be, so I'm not saying, like, wait for it. And yes, Toot is correct. There is a channel full of shop recommendations in our server. Those are server members, friends, just shops that we really enjoy. We do vet all of the shops to make sure that there is no content that goes against kind of like community guidelines, which is why you can't just add your own shops. But yeah, definitely check those out. So, happy Saturday, guys. I'm gonna get this set up. We're working on my tattoo hoodie today. This is what we're gonna be working on for the next few Saturday streams. I was talking a little bit last week about how I love this project, but the executive function in deciding what to stitch next, it's a little much. What I honestly might do is put all of my stitch ideas on a wheel and spin it after I do this idea, but I'm passing the executive function on to you. So last stream I introduced the Pick My Tattoo redeem. You can redeem 20,000 channel points, and you get to pick a motif that goes on my sweater. It can be pretty much anything you can think of. Nothing hateful. I do get veto. And yeah, if it's part of one of my patterns, you can just let me know what it is. If you have something specific in mind, pixel art, a section of another pattern, you can send me a snippet, either whisper it to me here or send me a DM on Discord, and I will get it going that way. Okay, Early's just sleeping in the tray now. Hi, have you figured out how to be the most in the way now that you can't be on my keyboard? He says, Stitchy Wheels beating decision paralysis forever. I'm a big fan of the wheel. Big fan. If you're a member of our server, we actually have a wheel channel with a random number generator bot. So if you don't want to go through setting up a wheel yourself, you can just use the random number generator and let RNGesus take the wheel. You found a wheel. Alright, bye. Bye, Commander. Charles says it's always easier to be a functional executive for someone else. Exactly, yes. Oh good, Gothy, you're lurking in the server. That's good. And Toot chose violence and giggle triggers. Toot did indeed. There's a bit from a video that it was Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Bob and Wade playing this game where you're supposed to be like super quiet to avoid the monster, and then Bob just comes out of the darkness going, I found a wheel, and it kills me every time. You want some pumpkin spice? I'm gonna move the camera a little bit and show you guys this. Hey, Collie! So that is my tray of floss, stitching supplies, etc. And that's Early just full up sleeping in it. So it's gonna be one of those days. Yes, so Pick My Tattoo. We're doing that. Last stream we had 4 people redeem Pick My Tattoo. We actually got 2 Toot's tattoo done. Today I am working on Charles, which is a very cute Trans Blaha patch. We also had Mike and Kali redeem. I have a list. I keep like a physical list. So redeem is up. If you redeemed last stream, you can redeem again. I will probably not have them up next stream. But yeah. So that is for anyone who has the channel points and wants to sync them into that. Yeah, I'm gonna work on this project because I love working on this project. I really do. But like I said, the executive function required in switching tattoos is strong. And also I have this weird like guilt about working on it because if I'm working on this, I'm not working on anything else. And because this is such a long-term project that it feels like wasted time to be working on this when I could be working on something that I'll actually finish soon. Do any of you, okay, question. Do any of you ever feel that you are wasting time working on a big project that you know is not going to get done soon when you could be working on something that either has a deadline or will be finished sooner? Gothy, you got me. Okay. Yep, I know that one hard. Yep. Because it's like, on the one hand, this is also not going to get finished if I never work on it. It says no, but I know I'm a militant outlier in my stitching ways. Yes, Toot has a system and does not have projects with no end date. Which is impressive. Not how most of us work, but impressive. Charles says, not really, but I feel bad for working on things for other reasons. Usually it's more about working on frivolous things versus useful things. I get that too. Moon's in an Uber. Moon, go redeem the channel point, pick my tattoo, and then tell me what you want me to tattoo on my sleeve. Do it. Do it. Oh, okay, early moved. I have my supplies back. Mike says I keep getting attracted by the newer shiny objects that divert my attention. Yeah. Thank you, Moon. Yes, Cheryl says that Cheryl asked if they can pick later. Yeah, absolutely. You can let me know like whenever. All right, so I'm just gonna write down your names, and then when you know what you want, let me know. Thomas wants you to stitch Mr. Potato Head. All right, I'm gonna write down for Thomas. We're gonna do Mr. Potato Head. Potato Head. And Charles is just unknown at the moment.
Drink.
Bruce, welcome in. Thank you for the hydrate there. It's also the case for playing a video game instead of stitching, says Gothy. Or doing either instead of adulting tasks when I'm having a bad day. Yeah, for sure. I have a mental block that I know comes from childhood. That like, if you're too sick to go to school, you're too sick to watch TV idea. Oh, bye, Cruz. Hi, Cruz. Bye, Cruz. Toot has a mental image of Mr. Potato Head looking in horror at a plate of fries with pickle ketchup. I'm adding that one to the future cross-stitch idea list. And it's so weird because, like, so in my head, certain things are homework and certain things are fun. But like for stitching, some stitching is homework and some stitching is fun, even though I'm having fun doing both of them. I can't do the fun stitching unless I get the homework stitching done, even though I'm enjoying the homework stitching just as much. All right, enjoy your lurk, Charles. Okay, I've got my waste canvas basted in. So I will show you guys what I am working on. See if I can do this. There we go. It says, brother, Bella just took a deep breath and I legit thought someone was being murdered in the sleeping. Oh my god. Bella, just the sounds that come out of Bella these days. Anyway. Well, no, talking about Bella. I put a cat tree in my office. It's behind me that way. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. The cat tree's behind me, and she's been hanging out there like so much. It's so cute, except when I don't realize she's there, because she curls up in like a little tiny ball on top of the flower, and it's super cute. But I don't see her in the morning, so I'll walk into my office and I'm still half asleep, and all of a sudden she's screaming at me and I jump out of my skin. It's the thing. Yes, Gothy, we're doing Blaha. Trans icon Blaha. So yeah, so this is the little patch that I'm doing. You've got the trans mascot and the mini one? Yeah, so do we. I just wound a new bobbin of black. We actually just unpacked trans icon Blaha. Emerged from storage. It says Bella Yella. Yeah, she is the Bella Yella. I walked into my office the other day. Early was in her like little bed by the window, which you guys have seen in pictures. Gigi and Binks have taken to curling up together on my office chair, and Bella was on the cat tree. And I was like, what is this, guys? What is this? Care of these threads before Miss walks off with any of them stuck to her fur. It says that Pico loves hanging out on the couch in Moon and Thomas's room. She does. She does. She has become 100% a couch cat. I'm really excited. That's kind of like the next room that we're working on, like getting together. I'm really excited to see that room all put together and looking good. Alright, so I am going to make him small. Oh, Blaha, over here. You guys can see. I'm going to pull up Big Blaha because I need to see what I'm doing. So I like working from these pixel art. I go to like Candy Pad and Candy Patterns and get the ones meant for like perler beads and stuff, or bead bracelets, because usually they're small, and they're, some of them are really well done. So I do quite like them. So I'm going up. Yeah, okay. Trying to figure out where the first stitch goes is always so nerve-wracking. And then you kind of like get into it. Welcome back, Cheryl. Gothy says, I use some perler patterns to make little health and mana potions to hand out at Critical Role in June. They're a good stitchy resource if you can match the colors. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I'd put in an unlurk command, to be honest, Cheryl. Not an automatic thing. Like, maybe I assumed when people went to lurk, they just weren't coming back. Yeah, the thing with perler patterns is often they use more colors. So they'll have like, they'll have accent colors that are just 1 or 2 pixels of that color when it's very similar to another color, which is great for like depth and shading, but it's less great when it's a cross stitch pattern and you have to like stop and start a new thread just for one stitch. So I usually do edit them slightly, but sometimes that one stitch of a different color is necessary. So, because when you're working at this small of a scale, every single stitch counts. Charles says, tell me about it. Guilt. Charles says, it's fine about the command. I just thought maybe I gotten it wrong. Nope. If it existed, that would be the one I would have used. I just don't know if I created it. To be real honest. All right, so I'm doing the black outline first, because that'll just make it easier to fill in everything else. And then I can kind of like just groove on it without thinking. Which is usually my tactic for most things, is kind of do the stuff that is going to require a lot of counting, or is going to set me up to be able to do block stitching without much thought. And then sometimes I just go pure chaos. On Blue Sky, I saw a post. Someone was talking about like how your stitching process, basically, like how you choose what color to do. And they said that they always do color completion. Like that's just the way that their brain works. And it was really interesting in the comments, like the methods different people have. So yeah, Moon's the same, does outline, and so does Gothy. Commander does chaos. If I'm working on a pattern that doesn't have an outline possibility, Alice is appreciating you. Yeah, appreciation for Orly. if I'm not working on something that I can easily like make an outline of, I will do chaos. I will do
Thank you, Toot.
chaos. Thank you for the hydrate, Toot. Toot says color completion in dot matrix printer style here. Yeah. Toot's method is to start with the color that has the most number of stitches in the pattern. Color complete that, working from the top down. Then going to the color that has the least number of stitches, and then back to the color that now has the most number of stitches, back to the least, etc. Which means that often they will be stitching entirely white on white for like 800 stitches. I don't, that's not how I roll, but it's a very regular, like, one thing I appreciate about that, I'm gonna take a drink. What I really appreciate about that system is that it's a system. There's no thinking. There is no thought required. Toot knows what they're doing next. Like, Toot says, I didn't choose the Tism life. The Tism life chose me. Yeah. But like, you don't have to think about it. You don't have to figure out your stitch path. You don't have to figure out what color you're working on next, which often like freezes me in my tracks. If I finish a thread, I might not start another thread. Like, it's a near thing. So depending on my, like, it so wildly depends on so many things what I'll do next. If I'm really close to finishing that color, I'll finish the color. If I'm wildly not close to finishing the color, I might go for a color that's closer to a finish. I might legitimately spin a wheel with all of the colors listed on it. Or I might get someone else to choose for me. That's also an option. So I've really liked working on my dimensions kit with but using the pre-gridded, so I can like bounce around the kit. Charles says I pick 100% on vibes. Olga says, I'm a little concerned with your upcoming Sal with 8,000 plus stitches and a whole lot of colors. With a Sal, it's hard to follow a system because you don't know what's coming next. That's absolutely true. I would say that for this Sal, the best method would be to complete by motif. If that makes sense as a piece of advice. Nathi says, if I don't have an outline, I grab a random color and cross-country it as far as I can, and the choice is usually what's closest or if it's a wild color. Once I get to a point where the section is mostly done, then I'll start the confetti hell. Yeah. And like, with confetti, I never know. On the one hand, leaving it to the end is easier because like you can just fill in the spots that are missing. But on the other hand, you have to leave those spots, which is a lot more counting and remembering and not just stitching in a straight line. So I'm always like, do I do the confetti first and hope that I've counted right? Or do I leave it to the last and just fill in my gaps? Oh. Nathi says, I find leaving the confetti till the end easier because less counting I can mess up. The Tism gave me dyscalculia. Also valid. Commander says, filling gaps takes less mental resources. I find that leaving gaps takes more mental takes... My brain just shorted out. I feel that leaving the gaps in the first place is more difficult. But I may be alone on this. I did a little inventory taking stock of my whips and what I wanted to work on and everything like that, because I finished the needle minder storage, which if you guys have been in any of the discords that I frequent, you would have seen, because I was showing it off everywhere because it's so freaking cool. And I am definitely going to make more of them. So I was kind of like, I had a project hangover, like immediately. I'm like, I don't know what, because the other project I was working on was the Phasmo sampler, which I've decided to make some changes to. So I need to go back to the drawing board on that. So I can't keep stitching it because I don't know what changes I'm going to be making. And I don't think they're going to be in the areas that I'm currently stitching, but I don't know. So yeah, I'm just not working on that. So I was like, I have no idea what to work on now. But at the same time, I didn't have anything I wanted to start either. That changed, of course, but I didn't have anything specific I wanted to start. So I picked up Cozy Post-Apocalypse because I'm only like 1,300 stitches away from finishing that one. That one might be quick finish. A very quick finish for myself, because I only started that at the beginning of July? Or was it the beginning of June? I can't remember. Because it was Flossy Fox Patreon. Bye, Earls. It was the Flossy Fox Patreon for either June or July. And I started it the day it dropped. Moon says, with squirrels being on hold till tomorrow, I've been itching to start a new project. Do it. Oh, I'm so sorry you heard that slurp. That was awful. Gothy says, I want to start new things. I have finished 2 projects this week, but I convinced myself maybe I can finish a 3rd. You can do it. I believe in you. Mike says, I guess too that it depends on what kind of pattern you're using. If it's loaded into Pattern Keeper or similar, it's a little easier to go color by color. With a paper pattern, it's tougher to do that. Absolutely. With a paper pattern, like, and I consider Enchantress to be a paper pattern, because even though it's in Pattern Keeper, I can't index the symbols, so it's the same kind of like hunt and peck. Not hunt and peck, but like, you know what I mean. Like, I still have to search for the symbols. With that one, I'm kind of doing I do one strand of a color, and then I go back and like fill in an adjacent color. Moon says, I think it would be Shiny Umbreon. Ooh, I love Shiny Umbreon. That'll be pretty. And you've wanted to do that one forever. That was one of the very first patterns we bought. God, it's got to be close to 2 years ago now. Can you believe Moon's only been stitching for like 2 years? Gothy says, Pattern Keeper has spoiled me for paper patterns now. I know. I know. And like last time I was into stitching, because I learned how to stitch when I was a kid, but I've been in and out of it on and off. And last time I was into it, PDF patterns were a thing, but paper patterns, but Pattern Keeper I don't think was. Pattern Keeper was new to me when I picked the hobby back up this most recent time. But I am going to be working from some paper patterns soon, because I don't know if you guys saw, Oh, I thought it was right here, and I was gonna be like, oh, cool, and just grab it. Like, here's one I prepared earlier. Whoa! Just cross-stitch Halloween issue came out. Since I've started to get to know other designers, like on a more friendly level, like I would classify some people on this page as friends. Not like I would ask them to move my house friends, but if I DM them about random life shit, they'd answer friends. You know what I mean? So that's a very cool experience. Because I got this in Michael's, so I'm standing in Michael's, and it's like, I know these people, and they're in the Michael's magazine. But yeah, some of the patterns in here were immediate makes for me. Like this little Quaker, that is from Tracy of Wrought Iron Stitching, who I've spoken to quite a lot. I'm probably starting that like really soon. And then of course there's this little cutie from Flossie Fox. One. And then Haunted Frames, instantly recognizable. It is a really cool feeling. Like, yeah. It's like looking down, like, Tracy I know. Amanda I know. The Morgue the Merrier. Toot saw this pattern. I'm just gonna flip through this real quick. Toot saw this pattern. And like, you guys know who this is. This is Blackwell stitching. Like that style was instantly recognizable, and it was just so cool because we recognized the style, we recognized the person. Like, I know what their day job is. I kind of, it's a very cool feeling. So yeah, so there's quite a few patterns in here that I want to make, which is dangerous, but guys, this is gorgeous. But look at this backstitching list. That's different colors of backstitching. Look at this. No, like, that's just a no from me, dog. Based on the backstitching alone. Anyways. Toot says, I'm really excited for the day we can go to Michael's, pick up the magazine, and tell the cashier, oh yeah, they're in it, and point to DH. Thank you. I'm excited for that day, too. Gothy says, the one I'm working on now is Blackwald. Oh yeah, which one are you working on? Liz is amazing. She's so good. Mike says, yeah, that is crazy backstitching. Yeah, I flipped to the actual pattern and I was like, and I saw all of these different colored lines and I was like, no way, that's what I think it is. Yeah, it's what you think it is. This one's really cool too. I don't know this designer, but I really like that one. And then, let's see. Oh, Invisible Illness Club. Toot did that one too. It's very, that's a good one. Yeah, so this is the one by Wrought Iron that I want to start like ASAP. I think what was I gonna say? I think that Liz, some of the sample pictures, the model pictures for Invisible Illness are Toot's stitch of it, but I'm not sure. Because I know that I sent her like glamour shots of it. The beeps were me. Sorry, yes, the beeps were me hitting the wrong button on my keyboard. Cheryl says gonna do Horrorcade soon. Yes, I love Horrorcade. And Mike says, I think it's worth subscribing to that magazine if you like paper patterns. I've thought about doing a subscription, but I'm kind of in a situation where I might be getting some free issues, if that makes sense. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna subscribe right away. Charles says that's cool. I was just wondering if it was something I needed to deal with. No, it was on my end. Okay, I have a lot more space on this. I was thinking that this was going to take up this entire thing, so I'm glad that I can't measure correctly and I overshot. It says invisible illness aren't mine, but my cross stitch be spooky repeat front page is mine. Yeah, Liz loves your stitches. Liz was one of the people who reached out when they heard about our whole moving situation. And like there's nothing they can really do. They're in the States, they're far away, but they were one of the whatever I can do, just like let me know people, which it's always comforting to have those people in your corner. Mike says too big a canvas is easier to deal with than too little. Yeah, for sure. Charles just did a sample stitch for me, and they were using really cool fabric, but it was small. So they did the thing where they sewed extra, like just waist cotton quilting fabric around it, make it easier. So yeah, this morning I was going through, so yesterday I went through my whips. This morning I was going through my queue, tidying that up a bit, and realizing that there was a lot of stuff that wasn't on there that I was really like wanting to do. So I made a list, because when I add them to my queue, I add like a picture, a link, and whatever details I can find, like the size of the pattern, the number of stitches, anything like that. So it's not just like, it's not quick to add stuff. So this is my list of patterns to add to my queue. Yeah. Some of them haven't been released yet. These ones, these bottom like 6 are all from JCS. And some of them have not been released yet because they are part of the Nashville needlework market. Yeah. Have good lunch, Moon. Thank you for popping in. Thanks for keeping us company. Nath Nalu. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. They're not a designer I know personally. I just really love their style. They are a great designer, and they just released one that is Little Star Witch. She's a frog. I need it. Hi Moon, bye Moon, says Gwen. Hi Gwen! Bothy says, oh no, Bothy Threads has a gorgeous new kit and it's pumpkins. Oh no. Oh no. I already have too many kits in my life, but like, oh no. Because I also have a pumpkin kit that I need to get to. It's not Bothy Threads though, it's a Russian designer. I can't pronounce it. Who did you just say had the witchy one? Nathnalu on Etsy. Am I saying that right? I'm probably not saying it right. I just wrote Nath in my notes. Nathnolu. Thank you, Cheryl. Yeah. They have a series of animals that are like floral animals that I really love. Well, Captions just said knock 12 times. Knock 12 times. They have a series of like floral animals, and they have birds, and they have 3 seasons of them, so I'm sure they're going to release an autumn one. But I really like them. They're very like... Oh, thank you, Toot, for putting up the link to the Star Witch. But they are very like my great-grandma's kitchen in Cape Breton, next to the small shelf of like the tiny china houses that you used to collect in Tetley boxes. Like, it's that vibe. So I put them in the Etsy cart because I wanted to pick them up. Toot looked at the Etsy cart and went, "Where did these birds come from?" Like, they're mine, I know. They're a vibe that aren't your vibe, but I love them. No, they're a fantastic designer. Great designs. Charles said I spent some time the other day trying to figure out if it was Nathnalu or Nathnolu, or a contraction of Nathan Olu or something else. I don't know. Like I said, like they're not someone I know personally that I've talked to, but I would be interested in the etymology of their username. One says, the knitting crow. Yes. They have a knitting crow and a stitching owl and a reading badger, which would also make a very cute series. Mike said, of course, plans can go awry when you decide to join a SAL or community stitch along. The dragon I'm working on is for a community stitch along for another Twitcher that begins next week. I couldn't wait and jumped the gun in starting. Yeah, I'm like that too when it's like a themed SAL or something like that. I'm just like, I'm gonna start this like right now. Who's it gonna hurt? Who's gonna know? No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know. That's not working. So you will find that we don't do community stitch-alongs here. The only SALs that we have are the ones that I design, which I try to make as low stress as possible. I know with like a timed release schedule that's not always possible, but I do try. Just because like sometimes community SALs can be a lot of fun and sometimes they can be more stress, and we want to be a low stress community, so Toot and I decided that this is going to be a SAL free zone, except for SALs that I design. I do appreciate, however, that many YouTubers that I watch, for them, SAL is not stitch along, it's start along. When did I already read that the badger is dangerous? Because the badger is dangerous. Nathnalu has an interesting take on Leshy. I can't remember his Leshy, or their Leshy. I don't know why I assume that they're male. It says I just evicted Gigi from the warm so the grudge can degrudge, and he's big mad. Yeah, Bella's very loud breathing. She's fine. She's fine. Like, she's not, this is just a thing that she does now. It does get better when she's warm. So we have like heating pads around the house. We actually just got a new one that I've got to set up somewhere. I'm thinking maybe in my office. We have to figure that out with Toot. So that she can like warm up. Mike says, in this case, we're all stitching the same thing, including some folks for whom it will be their first intro to cross stitching. Oh, that's so cool. That's the dragon that you've been showing off in the server, right? I can't remember the name of it right now, but it looks super cute. A few years ago, when I was still knitting, I did the Arn and Carlos. Cheryl, was it you that I did this with? No, you found me through YouTube, not through that server. Okay, it was someone else. But Arn and Carlos are designers that they do like traditional Nordic knitting stuff, and every year they do a salve for Advent where they release either one small pattern or parts of a large pattern. And this one year it was a colorwork stocking, so it was very cute. And they would release like one band every day or every few days, whatever it was. So I was following along with that. It was fun. And someone decided to do it with me because I was talking it up so much. I was so excited. And they had never done colorwork before, which is a technique in knitting. So it was their very first colorwork project, and they were doing it along with me, and I was like helping them with their techniques, and it was really fun. I liked it. I said no too long ago. Yeah. And Toot showing off their new Leshy emotes. Yes, Toot got new emotes from our amazing community artist Miko. Toot, can you throw up the Miko command, please? Yeah, we got new. So if you are subbed to Toot, you will have access to some new emotes of our children, which is amazing. Because if so we have the POW cam, which is supremely uninteresting today because she just loves her new hide so much. She's barely left this thing, my wonderful cardboard and duct tape hide that I built for her. But if you, thank you for doing the Toot command too. I'll do a proper shout out as well. On Toot's channel, they have the snakes. The snake cam, it's a different snake every day. I mean, it cycles through 3 snakes. So yeah, so if you want more cool reptiles from our house, you'll have to watch Toot, because I am never going to have the snakes on my channel. They're only on Toot's channel. Snake exclusive. Mike says it's a free pattern, Fire and Water Dragon. Ooh, free pattern. I might need the link to that. And the community stitch along is with the Carrot Cleric, who I think is pretty new himself to cross stitch. Nice. Charles was saying, I was gonna say, did Toot get their way and get a bunch of snakes? No, not yet. I may have contacted the people that we got our cages, our PVCs from. So all of the enclosures that we have are like from the same manufacturer, so they stack together. So if we get more enclosures for future animals, I want the same brand. They're back ordered for like a long time. So yeah, that's It's not going to happen anytime soon, because I don't want to compromise on the quality and comfort and safety of their enclosures just because we're impatient. And that's one thing with getting any kind of reptile. A lot of people kind of like impulse buy reptiles, but it's always a much better idea to research what species you're getting and have their enclosure set up before you go to get them. Like, have it not just set up, but set up for like a while so that you know you've got the right temperature and humidity and all that kind of stuff. Because snakes especially are a really easy species to keep. They're really low maintenance pets, but getting them set up properly is key to that. But I have been talking for like an hour, so we're going to take a little break because I want to run some ads. I don't want to run ads. I have to run ads, and this is the way that we run ads without you guys actually missing anything. So I'm going to run a 3-minute ad. If you are watching on YouTube, just enjoy the vibes. If you are subbed, just enjoy the vibes. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here in 3 minutes. I feel like that was a really quick 3 minutes. Unless I just got really distracted by something. But Which is telling me that the ad is over. So we're back, I guess. Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your break. I hope you have unshrimped and rehydrated. My coffee is delicious, by the way. So it's Pumpkinhead Pete. I'm trying to show you the mug without like spilling my coffee. So let's. It says pumpkin spice and everything nice. It's got a little ghosty on it. It's Pumpkinhead Pete from Coffin Creek, which is their like pumpkin spice flavor, it's a pretty mellow flavor, honestly. It's not like super spicy, it's just got like a hint of spice. But I have this Torani pumpkin syrup. It's not like the thin syrup that comes in the tall bottle, it's more like it looks more like sauce, like caramel sauce or something like that. It's really good. It's really, really good. I've never found a pumpkin spice syrup or sauce that I quite enjoyed until now. This one is very good. So, very happy with that. Because I am a year-round pumpkin spice bitch. Because I like that flavor profile. Like, that the kind of warm chai spices without a whole lot of cinnamon. Because I love chais, but sometimes they go just way too heavy on the cinnamon. And then I am not okay with that. What did I do? I messed up somewhere. That's not what I wanted to open. Did I mess up somewhere? No. No, I didn't mess up anywhere. I just can't count. Okay, cool. It says Gigi is curled up on my arm in retaliation, so no stitching for me. No stitching. No, I did mess up somewhere. What am I doing? Bitch, what is this? I both can't count and can't follow a pattern. Cool. I got it. I figured out where I messed up. The tail is 2 stitches high on the bottom corner. Yes. Yep. I just figured that one out. Thank you. It says, to be fair, I did bring in a huge version of a sworn enemy. Yep. I don't know if you guys know this, but Toot bought a giant moth. I bought a giant Mothman for Toot. I'm taking credit for that one. But like, I think 6 separate people sent Toot the link to that giant Mothman when it came out because we all knew that Toot needed it. However, I don't know if you guys know, but Gigi hates Mothman. He says, is that the giant Build-A-Bear one? Yes. So Toot has the normal-sized Build-A-Bear Mothman, and when she got it, she was in bed, snuggled up with it, as one does with a stuffy, except that it was snuggled up where Gigi usually snuggles up. So when he came in, he was very upset, and since then has hated all Mothman plushies. All of them. And now there is a giant one. He says, I want him, I have the normal one as well, plus other Mothman plushes. Yeah, we like Mothman in this house. We collect the squishable ones, which of course they release like new Mothman all the time, but we have the squishable ones. Yeah, great. I do have a Mothman pattern out as well. Is it? Oh, it's still a Patreon exclusive, sorry. Until I don't know. It's coming up soon. It expires soon. It was a Patreon exclusive. If you're a tier 3 member, you can still access it. It's actually Toot's user icon on Twitch. I love my tiny cryptids. I forgot to do his eye when I was back here, so I'm gonna have to do that. Okay, that's gonna make up. Mike has started his morning with Tim Hortons coffee and Canadian blueberries. East Coast blueberries are the best blueberries. I grew up here in Ontario, but I spent my summers in Nova Scotia. That's where my family is from. Blueberry capital of the world. That's what they call themselves. Don't know if it's true or not, but amazing blueberries. Oh. It's what I want blueberries to taste like when I get them at the grocery store, and they never do. Alright, so I think that's all the black for now. He's looking pretty cute. So this screenshot, it's a screenshot and the background just happens to be dark gray, but I kind of like the way it looks, so I might do a black border around the patch to make it look a little bit like a sewn-on patch, you know what I mean? We'll see. We'll figure that one out after I finish the rest of it. Off this thread. Well, I've been talking a lot about patterns that I'm excited for, or patterns that I want to start. What are you guys excited for? Have you been following the Nashville releases? Any of your inevitable Patreon subscriptions look good this month? What are you guys stoked about? Other than the Misfit for Sal, of course, which I know you all are intensely excited for. Okay, guys, I know I made the joke. Cease. Hi. I am so sorry, I just smacked that webcam. Almost did a face reveal of Toot because there's a picture of them back there. Because I am a goober and I keep a picture of my wife on my desk. I know, ew. I'm so gay. It's awful. One says, but also, not a pattern, but I'm stoked I got released from all restrictions from my surgeon! You can go outside and do cartwheels and faceplant. Amazing. I'm so happy for you, Gwen. How are you feeling, though? Like, are you feeling like you should have been released from restrictions? Is it... I don't want to, like, ask too many personal questions on stream, but... does it feel as good as you were hoping it was going to feel mentally? Mike says, as befits my screen name, I have a bunch of old patterns that are in my queue of potential starts. Any I'd recognize?
Thank you, Toot.
Thank you for the hydrate, Toot. I'm doing his mouth in a slightly different, in a different pink than the, in a darker pink than the flag. Just because that, not only is that the way that it is in the pattern, but also it'll, yeah, I think it would be too blendy because that's in a pink stripe of the flag. Gwen says, yeah, things feel very good and I'm super ready to move and stretch. Definitely still sensitive, but that's nerves for you. Yeah. I am honestly so happy for you, Gwen, and I am glad that you had a fast recovery. I mean, you've still got some recovery to go, but I am really happy for you. Really, really happy. Mike says there are a couple by a designer called Charlie Harper with very stylized geometric birds, and another of a raccoon eating a watermelon. Aww. That would be, that would fit in very well with Commander's, Troop Commander's vibe. He's only done, he hasn't even finished his first cross stitch yet, but he's already looking at more trash creatures to stitch. Charlie Harper does sound very familiar. I might have to go Google that after stream. DuckDuckGo that. You know, whatever. That name does ring a bell, strike a bell. The good thing about this tattoo, because I kind of just keep like loose stitch counts when I do these tattoos. I don't count every stitch because that would madness. This one is a block, so I can just do simple math. It is 22 by 15. So whatever 22 by 15 is, that's how many stitches this is. Mike says, I think he does mostly needlepoint patterns and some fabric designs. Okay. Yeah. Probably just one of those names. Let's do the dark blue next. Mainly because I have to bobbinate the white. There's 3. But oh, yes, that's how many I follow. Thank you. That is indeed how many stitches total are in this pattern. 3 stitches. Can't remember what day it was. I mean, yesterday my brain was not firing, but there was another day this week when I was just, Peepaw needed a nap. Peepaw needed a ride back to the home. Peepaw was not doing well. I couldn't form a thought and follow it all the way to the end. Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. Oh my god, it was so funny. And Thursday was a stream heavy day too. It was, so Thursday I stream in the morning. Where did my needle go? Speaking of not being able to follow a thought, I stream in the morning on Thursday, and then Commander streamed in the afternoon. And then, oh, there it is. Commander streamed in the afternoon, and then Cryptic streamed, and then Moon streamed. So I was basically watching and or moderating streams all day. But it was a fun day. I peapod all over Cryptic stream. I did. I heckin' did. It's very... But hopefully, no more of that. I'm feeling very good today. I feel like I've reset after the last couple of days. You ever like wake up like that and you just like something reset in your brain or your body and cleared up? Feeling like that today. With his eye and his little mouth, he's looking so cute. Carl picked a great tattoo for me. Toot says seeing Spirit Halloween healed me. Yes. We discovered that so where we're to, the mall is like a 5-minute drive away. We discovered that a Spirit Halloween will be haunting the former Sears at the mall, which is the closest we will have ever lived to a Spirit Halloween, and we are very excited. Very, very excited. Ben says I saw one last weekend. They are starting to pop up. I don't know if any are open. Starting to pop up. I'm sure some are open, because I've seen TikToks of people going to it. Or maybe it's just the preview TikToks that I'm seeing. It was very unclear if it was open. Mike says, and the other pattern I hope to start soon is remember to hide. I'm so happy. And you have 2 stitching group meetings and you want to get the reaction of the others. I am so excited to hear about what they think of that one. I've got another one in a similar style that I'll be releasing. I was thinking about saving it for like next June, but I might release it sooner than that. That is a Pride themed traditional sampler. So, because I love that style. I love traditional with a twist. Like if you've seen, I think I showed you guys the design for the Phasmo sampler, and it's very traditional, like very traditional motifs. I've got like urns and the Quaker woman and everything like that, but it's Phasmophobia themed. So that is one of my favorite things. Cam the Stitcher, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Cam the Stitcher on the YouTubes, just released a pattern that was like the Gothic Summer Sampler, I think they called it. And it's one of those, it looks like a traditional Quaker, but the berry bowl motif is full of teeth and like the flowers growing out of an old bathtub. It's an interesting pattern. I don't know if I'm gonna stitch it, but I like that it exists. One of those. Oh, you're the basting thread. I don't have to cut you. All right, I want to do the white next, which means I have to bobbinate the white. I was thinking about using Blanc, but I don't know. I like the bright white. So bobbinating a B5200. Here we go. I already labeled the.
Thank you, Toot.
Thank you, Toot, for redeeming that bobbinate. Anything I need to bobbinate, I keep in like a little box so that I have it near me during streams. Yes, I am bobbinating the rock lobster. Dun, 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 dun.
Thank you, Toot.
Thank you for the hydrate. Well. For the very riveting footage of me bobbinating on live. I like samplers and traditional with a twist. I also just like some traditional. Like there's something really, I don't know, that draws me to just some very traditional motifs, things like that. I think it's part of that like loving history thing, where history is a comforting place for me. Mike says, I've been a fan recently of DMC 3865 Winter White. I have been too. I've been using that more in my designs when I need more of like, not an off-white, but like not quite a stark white. You wouldn't think that there would be so many colors of white, and that they actually would make a difference which one you pick. That designer life. Also, I think, so I have 2 skeins of Blanc. I think they're actually supposed to be B5200, but they're old. So I don't know if I actually have Blanc or just faded floss. But I'm kind of trying to use up those 2 skeins, and then it's Toot is drinking a mango Zoa. Yes. Oh heck. So I'm trying to use up those 2 skeins like completely in whatever project I'm using them in, and that way I don't have to like try and match. The Phasmo sampler uses the Winter White just for that more antique-y vibe. And I need a new bobbin of B5200 because Toot couldn't find their bobbin, so I said I was going to wind a new bobbin for them. Forgot to. Thought I did. Ended up just giving them my bobbin of B5200, so now I don't have a bobbin of B5200, but now I do. That ADHD life. I also got my 310 onto... Finally switched it for one of the white bobbins instead of one of the clear bobbins, so that's a new bobbin as well. We got one of those like packs of 100 for $10 on Amazon. So I don't feel bad about throwing out the plastic. Cache Lorraine. Anybody seen Dog Dive Dark? About 2 inches tall. The Strawberry Blonde Fall. Extra DH credit if you know that song. Get DH points, which are redeemable for nothing. They're fun to have. I think looking at this pattern, the shark's tummy is a light blue, not a white, but I'm making it white because that is truer to blah. I'm also filling in the white stripe of the flag, because I don't want to start and stop the thread just for that, because the white stripe is not very large. It's not a lot of stitching. Got like what, 8 stitches there, 4 stitches there, yeah, 12 stitches. Lapoodle. Thank you for that earworm. Toot's brain radio is a strange place. And then they share the brain radio with me, and then I get those songs stuck in my head. Like, it goes from Eminem to the B-52s in a heartbeat.
Thank you, Toot.
Oh, thank you for the weird fact, Redemption. I had a weird fact in mind, but I can't remember what it was. I was reminded of this weird fact. Okay. Weird fact. Okay. Speaking of buildings that Spirit Halloween is now haunting, you may have heard that the Hudson's Bay Company just closed, which is really shocking because the Hudson's Bay Company was originally chartered to operate in Canada by the Queen, King, whoever was in charge in like the 1700s, I want to say late 1700s, early 1800s. They were given a vast swath of land that covered northern Ontario and Manitoba, basically for fur trading, because it was entirely unsettled. So that's how long the Hudson's Bay Company has been around and in business. And like since before Canada was a country. Canada became a country in 1867. And their logo is a coat of arms showing 2 stags, like 2 deer and a beaver. And the reason that it shows 2 deer and a beaver is that is the rent that is owed to the monarch for that land. So at any point, right up until the closing of Hudson's Bay, the monarch of England could have demanded 2 deer and a beaver from the Hudson's Bay Company. So that is why their logo was that. Here's your weird fact. And now the bay is closed, and most of them are becoming Spirit Halloweens. Jude and I were talking yesterday about how, because if you go to the Spirit website to like look up the locations, it doesn't just tell you the address, it tells you what the building used to be, which I can understand. On the one hand, it helps local people find it, because if you said, oh, it's in the building that used to be the Staples, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I know where that is. But it also gives like a here lies Staples vibe, which I love. How cute our little guy is. I'm getting cute aggression over him. I feel like the pixel pattern that I'm looking at is a little bit stretched, because isn't he looking a bit more compact? I don't know if it's just me, but like I did count correctly. Everything is spaced correctly. He just looks a little bit squoosh. But it's like a cute squoosh. Ben says, I love the little Blaha so much. I know. Oh, I love working on this project. Also, did I pick a not square one? I have no idea. Like, I'm just looking at the photo looks square when I look at it, but then when I compare the photo to like anyways, I don't know if anyone else is seeing it or if I'm just crazy. Mike says, I can't decide if he is smiling, has lipstick on, or is dripping blood. All three. He is smiling because he just had a meal. And also, he's rocking a pink lip. Which, you know, can be a little bit hard to pull off. The Dusty Rose. Dude. I have no idea. I'm talking in my ass about makeup. I've never liked makeup. Even when I was a girl. It's too sensory. There's stuff on my face. I can't handle it. There's stuff on my face that doesn't wipe off or sink in. Maybe that's why I'm gay. I didn't like makeup as a child. Ooh, hi Jeej. Gigi is here for his time in the spotlight. Hi, baby boy. Suddenly cat. Oh, okay. No, only mama? Okay. I tried, he shoved his hand into he shoved his face into my hand, so I thought he was looking for the weird hand cuddles that he does with Toot, but apparently not. This is Gigi's stream, we're just living in it. Gigi, don't... What are you doing? Oh, that's the... Okay. The camera. Mike says, I think your waist canvas is responsible for your distorted perception. The canvas has a very different aspect ratio than the pixel art. Yeah, that's true too. Thank you for the appreciation, Gigi. Yeah, you're a good boy. I'm getting loves. Oh, he's purring. Trying to catch it on the mic. It's not being picked up. I'm stitching over here now because this is Gigi's stream. When massage can be done 4 to 6 times a day. That... No, Gigi. Sorry, he was just about to love my Tumblr over. Is that like what's covered by your insurance? Gigi, you can't love on that. It will tip over. Oh no, this is stuff you're recommended to do at home. Oh, okay. So, at home massage. Okay, never mind. I was gonna give you advice and you didn't ask for advice, so I apologize. That was the That was the PSW sensing someone that they like, that they care about, is in need of medical advice. Ah! Hi, Jeej. Okay, so if I do this... Okay. Okay, he's gonna back the dad ass up. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now we're laying down. Nope, now we're not. Okay. Okay, are we... You're gonna go over there? We're gonna give daddy kisses on the fingers. Okay. Yeah, do I taste like the outsides? What do I taste like? Do you love the sweater? He loves the sweater. Ben says, I'm somewhat familiar with scar massage from my brief stint as a physical therapy assistant, but I would be open to chatting off stream. Okay, I will, I'll send you a DM after stream because it's one of the things I was trained in, so I can give you some tips on how to do it at home. As always, I am a healthcare worker. I'm not your healthcare worker. Disclaimer time. Except for Toot. I am Toot's healthcare worker, so they have to listen to me. Gigi should have driven my cars over to see... driven his cars over to see me. Yeah. Gigi has 2 cars now. He has a scratcher. He has 2 scratcher cars. Because he's got to go pick up all the chicks. He's still not entirely sure what a chicks is, but he's gonna go pick them up. There you go. I'm in my Jimmy Jams. You guys could just adjust. He's just lying here, purring his little brains out. He has not one single thought in his head. It says, I love that big bean so much. I as well love him. Good bean. There you go, bean. You keep moving your head off camera. Do not wish to be seen. I'm wearing Hocus Pocus pajamas too, so right on brand and very seasonal. Move Blaha. Alright, I think this is working. My stitching is blown out, but that's okay. Which is so weird, because it's like not that bright in my room. I think I need to heck with my webcam settings a bit, because I think it's just blowing everything out. But if I drop the brightness, it still blows stuff out. It's just different. Okay, white is done. Alright, heck the mouse. That's fine. I don't need it. Welcome to the DH household, where only the cats matter. Mike says lighting makes such a difference when stitching. I'm working on navy blue fabric and need lots and lots of light. Yeah, for sure. So you know that trick that people say, like if you're working on dark fabric, put a piece of like white paper behind it to help you see the holes easier? So you know how early curls up in front of me a lot? I have 100% used early for the same purpose. But yeah, lighting can make a huge difference. Especially like the darker the fabric, the lower the count, the closer the color of the thread is to the color of the fabric. Lighting makes a huge difference in all of those. Hi, baby boy. Yeah, you good purry boy? Still Mike not picking it up. You're back from your shopping, Lurk. Welcome back, Goth. We've got a Gigi here. We're chilling in our Jimmy Jams, loving Gigi. It's a vibe. I'm chilling in my Jimmy Jams for a very specific reason. He's cute. I usually do get dressed for streams. I know it's like a bit that streamers don't wear pants. But I usually do like dress in normal human clothes when I'm streaming. However, today is a Jimmy Jam day. I am in my favorite is Jimmy Jams. And I'm just gonna hang out in them all day because we have nowhere to be. I have no reason to put on real people pants. I did put on my compression socks, but that is the only thing that the only nod to adulthood that I made in my wardrobe today. Otherwise it's hocus pocus pajamas all day. And like you see my hand, like you seeing my pajamas is weird. This is not how things usually go. I just wanted to let you guys see Gigi. So like I don't even have to get dressed because you guys aren't gonna see me, but it just makes me feel more like it puts me in that mode. It puts me in that I am streaming. This is like the Cozy DH related mode. Like when it's a productivity hack or a cleaning hack to put on your sneakers when you're cleaning. Does that remind you you're like doing something special? Goth says, I have 2 dress modes. Goth Witch equals proper pants, outfits, and sometimes makeup. Goblin, home only. Nobody has to see me, so like you can send a t-shirt. Yep. It's almost always goblin mode around here. Almost always. We did pick up some new clothes yesterday when we went to Giant Tiger. I'm excited to go through those. It says, excuse you, I was cute yesterday. You were very cute yesterday. Toot, don't remember how many pictures Toot shared. They have this like black dress with white moths and butterflies on it. And it's like a spaghetti strap, and then it's got like a very loose skirt that goes down to about knee length. just a little bit past the knees. So cute. Had their hair up with this like butterfly hair clip, and then moth Doc Martens. When I tell you, Toot was a cutie yesterday. Toot looked amazing. Your jelly of moth Doc Martens. We just got them. They're still on sale. You can get them from Doc Marten. We got some like moth wings and stuff on Etsy to go on them, but we're waiting for those to ship. I am also going to be looking into new shoes because I've been wearing the healthcare worker special for so long. I don't know if this is true everywhere, but around here, every nurse and PSW I know gets their shoes from Costco. It's the Costco Skechers that they swear by. You had a social night last night, so you got dressed in goth. Nice. Socks are about 300 a pair here. Yeah, we got ours for like 150. I don't know if they were on sale or not. It says they are my first pair and I desperately need to break them in. Yeah. I have to go for little walks. Little walks. Honestly, when the weather breaks, I do want to start walking more around our neighborhood. We've got a walking path just outside the house, and we keep putting cursed shit in our windows facing the walking path, and I kind of want to see what the house looks like from out there. Oh, we're over here now? Okay. That needs to be when the weather breaks, after I get a little bit of conditioning back. You know, that kind of thing. Let's talk about the weather because, like, we're old people and that's what we do. I don't know about where you guys are. It has been so humid here that I'm really feeling the lung damage. I'm really feeling it. Which is so weird. It's such a weird feeling. And, like, I don't like to complain a lot about, I'm disabled this, I'm disabled that. But it's a very strange, uncomfortable feeling when you can, like, feel that one side of your chest is not working as well as the other one. Like, it's so strange. Mike says, are they the low-cut platform Doc Martens? I think of Doc Martens primarily as looking like combat boots. Yes, they are the combat boots. They're curb-stomping boots. Toot looked so freaking cute. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this because I'm perceiving them. Toot's very pretty. You guys might never see Toot's face on a regular basis. Toot's very pretty. Gwen says we had a week of good temps, but I haven't been able to go outside because Canada's trying to suffocate us. I'm sorry, we'll work on that. But that does suck. You want to go outside, but you can't. Toot's gonna go unplug the router so I can stop perceiving them. So we didn't quite get finished on Blaha, because I'm gonna wrap up here in a minute or two. I didn't get quite finished on Blaha here. That's okay. I'm gonna keep working on them. That's why I have the list, because this is just gonna be my stream project for a while, which is nice. And then I don't homework thing that we were talking about earlier doesn't apply because this is my stream project, so I'm allowed to work on it during stream. One says the air quality alert is supposed to be lifted tomorrow, right about the time temps are gonna skyrocket again. Of course. We need summer to be over. Like, in my heart, it's already fall. And then I go outside, and I'm like, oh, right. Only fall inside my heart. Charles says it's supposed to be a bit cooler here for a bit. So I assume it will continue to seesaw. Yeah, summer over now. Summer, oh, okay. Okay. Nathy says I want winter over, but I know that means summer is soon, and Aussie summers suck. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. You're stuck in the opposite of what we're stuck in. I've heard Australian summers can be pretty punishing. I just want it to be forever spring and fall. I mean, is that too much to ask for? Forever spring and fall. One says, for real, if I could just live in perpetual fall and take vacations to the other seasons. Yeah. Like, I could do with, like, a week of summer. To get all the, kind of, like, the summer stuff out. You know, like, go to the beach and enjoy this and that. And then back to fall. That would be perfect. Have you ever read the Heinlein book, The Door into Summer? I'm gonna wrap up stream, so I'm gonna pop up our ending screen here, but I'm gonna talk about Robert Heinlein for a second. He wrote a book called The Door into Summer, and it was called that because in the book the main character has a cat, and during the winter the cat would go to every door looking and like be disgusted that it was winter out, so he was always looking for the door into summer. And I like that analogy. I would like a door into fall, please. Yeah, no door into summer, just door into fall. Quinn says that's so cute.
Thank you, Toot.
Thanks for the hydrate, Toot. Alright, so I am gonna leave stream there. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for picking my tattoos. So after I finish blah, Mike's up next with one of my Quaker ladies with the giant Stanley tumblers. But yeah, we'll just keep working on these during stream. It's been a really fun project, and I'm really enjoying working on it with you. Gigi's has decided my fingers need a bath, so I'm like super distracted. But yes, thank you all for joining me. This has been such a fun stream. I'm really glad I was able to do it. I had a bit of a rough day yesterday, so I was honestly not 100% sure if I was going to stream. But I am glad that I did. So I'm gonna throw up a couple of links if you could check them out. There's the shops. So if you need any knitting patterns, cross stitch patterns, crochet patterns, Notion templates, free patterns, that's the place to go. I actually still have to put up August's freebie on the coffee, but it is available for everyone, like even if you're not a member, on the Patreon. So here's the Patreon. July's Patreon pattern is still available. And it will be available until the new one comes up on the 8th. So if you want to snag the last one, then yeah, you can do that. All right. I can't think of anything else that I wanted to play. Oh, the Misfit. Okay. go check out the Misfit Force Fall Mystery Sal. Go talk it up to your friends. If you have friends that you think would like it, send them the link, point them my way, because I would love to have them. And once again, I'm going to shout out Toot. So Toot will be live tomorrow morning for Ghost Church, and next week the schedule should be the same. Hopefully I will get the schedules up on Sunday like I'm supposed to. Nightbot, that's not what you're supposed to do. There we go. Okay. Toot's gonna be back tomorrow morning. Monday stream for me is a maybe. It'll be a last minute maybe, so I might see you guys on Monday. I might not see you till Thursday, but definitely stay tuned. I will announce any changes in the Discord. And yeah, I think that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope that you get to work on things that excite you, things that make you happy, and yeah, I want you guys to have a good weekend. Good, cozy, chill weekend, doing what you love with the people that you love. And hydrate. Definitely hydrate. Okay, so I'm gonna put the raid messages now, and then we will raid out. So if you are subbed, sorry for this, my stream deck still isn't working. If you're subbed, copy this one. If you are not subbed, copy this one, and we'll find someone to raid out to. Alright, so we're gonna go hang out with Zirstana. They are a I know of them through Babs, but I don't think we've ever hung out on stream. So let's go see how they're doing. So I'm gonna start the raid. Please hop on for the raid, spread the love. But my friends, thank you so much for being here. I will see you in the Discord server. I'll see you in the coffee shop. I will see you on Bella's warm pad. But most importantly, my friends, I will see you in my heart. All right. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.